Flex and Flow class. Let's start. Stand up tall, your head, shoulders, hips and ankles are all lined up vertically. So roll your shoulders back. Music's really loud. All right, roll your elbows back. Forward. Rotate your wrist. Rotate them the opposite way. Wiggle your fingers. All right, just swing those arms, rotating through the middle. Going. Whoops. All right, rotate your hips. Go the opposite direction. Reach down the side of your leg. Roll up onto your toes, back to your heels. When you roll up onto your toes, if you want, you can see if you can hold that for just a little bit. See how long you can stay on your toes. Rotate one ankle. Rotate it the opposite way. Now switch to the other side. Rotate it the opposite direction. All right, drop your chin towards your chest. Roll your right ear over to your right shoulder and switch, go to the other side. Roll it down and over to one side and down and over to the other side. All right, lift your chin up, look up toward the ceiling. Bring your head in line with your spine, gently shake your head no. Exaggerated but slow motion. Now gently but exaggerated, shake your head yes. All right, draw a circle with your nose. And circle it the opposite direction. All right, take a deep breath in. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bring them back down. Do that again. One more time. All right, this time as you inhale, grab a hold of your wrist, gently pull it over to the opposite side. Now switch, other wrist. Back up and bring your hands to your thighs. Just flatten your back down and then round your back up. Push your belly button toward the floor and then round your back on the way up. Do that a few more times. One more time. All right, take those feet out wide, hands on your thighs. Let's do cat and cow. Round and arch. Round and arch. When you round your back, you're pulling it up like an angry cat. All right, with your hands on your thighs, press one shoulder forward, look over the other shoulder. Now switch, take the other shoulder forward. All right, take your feet out wide on your mat, and we're just gonna lunge from side to side gently. You can stay here if you want to. If you want to go deeper, you can reach those hands down toward the mat and take it side to side. Maybe going a little deeper as those muscles warm up a little bit. All right, take it over to one side. Just hold that lunge. Either hands on your thighs up here, or your thigh up here, or reaching down toward the mat. Slowly take it to the other side. Hold it there. All right, straighten those legs, reaching your hands toward the mat. Just relaxing your head toward the mat. Hands on your ankles if you can't reach the floor. All right, slowly walk your feet in. And then round your back up slowly. Roll those shoulders back at the top. All right, take a deep breath in. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward and swan dive. As you inhale, come to a flat back. Engage your core muscles. Exhale, reach your hands toward the mat. Just relaxing into that forward fold. If you can't reach the floor, then reach towards your ankles or your feet and just kind of relax in that forward fold. You can kind of sway a little bit if you want to. Feel that stretch down the back of your legs. Now bend your knees, slowly round your back up, lift the arms up all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward and swan dive. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, reach toward the mat. Your hands are either on the mat or at your ankles, and just kind of bend your knees a little bit. We're gonna kind of, like we do in downward facing dog, just walk the dog. Lift, bend one knee, then the other knee. Lift one heel, then the other heel. All right, round your back up again. Lift the arms up all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, push your hips back like you're sitting in a chair, engaging your core muscles. If you want to reach the hands up, you can. If you'd rather bring your hands here or at the hips, wherever you feel comfortable. Engage those abdominal muscles. We're warming up our leg muscles and our glutes. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward and swan dive. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, reach toward the mat. Hold it there in that forward fold. Stretching the backs of your legs. If you want to reach around the back of your legs and pull your chest closer, you can do that, or just hold that in a ragdoll position. All right, slowly round your back up. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale to one side. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back up, squeeze the glutes. As you exhale, kind of look up toward the ceiling. Just hold that. I think my arms are going out of the screen, so I'm going to move back just a little bit. All right, inhale back up, exhale to your chair. Bring those hands together, press your hands into each other. You can just hold your chair here or take one elbow to the outside of that leg, pressing your other hand into the hand as you try to look up over your shoulder. As you exhale, just fold forward. Bend your knees, round your back up. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze your glutes. Look up toward the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale to your chair again. Bring those hands together. Either stay here or take that other elbow to the outside, pressing the top hand into the bottom hand and look up over our shoulder. With your next exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, reach toward the mat. Bend your knees, round your back up, lift the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms back down to your sides. All right, let's face toward the front of our mat now. We're gonna be going down to the mat and back up again. So if you wanna modify, you can modify. You can come to a mountain pose if you need to just hold it there, or to a forward fold. Just listen to your body. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward and swan dive. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the mat if you can. Bend the knees if you need to get those hands down there. Take your feet back one at a time into your downward facing dog. Palms are flat on the floor, fingers are spread wide. You can use a chair or a wall to do your downward facing dog if you need to. Let's walk the dog. Press the heels down one at a time. Warming up your calf muscles, your hamstrings, ankles. Synovial fluid is moving to coat those joints so they're not so sore and stiff. All right, press the right heel down, bending the left knee. Switch, press your left heel, bending your right knee. Press both heels. Bend the knees, hover those knees right above the mat if you can. Then straighten the legs, bring your shoulders right over your wrists in a plank position. If you need to modify, you can move those feet up a little bit. Want to keep our core muscles tight. Another modification would be to bring those knees down, still keeping our shoulders right over the wrists. Also, if your wrists get sore, you can come into onto the elbows for your plank or your downward facing dog. All right, bring the knees carefully to the mat. This first one we're gonna do easy. Lower your chest down, elbows in close to your rib cage as you exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Engaging your core, squeezing your glutes. If you want to press up higher, you can push with those hands, lifting the chest up a little higher. Now bring the knees down carefully, push your hips back towards your heels. Or if you have knee issues, you can roll over onto your side like Gladys is doing in a fetal position. come back up on your hands and knees, tuck the toes under, exhale, lift those hips again into your downward facing dog. Now lift your right leg up, single leg dog. If you want to modify this, you can come down onto that knee instead. Bend your right knee, flex your foot, open that right hip flexor. Now just kind of circle that knee, warming up that hip joint. And circle your knee the opposite way. Full range of motion if you can. Alright, extend that leg back up. As you inhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Exhale, lift the leg back up. Inhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Exhale, lift that leg back up. Alright, swing that leg to the outside of that right hand into a wide lunge. If you need to modify this, you can bring the knee down. If you want to come up into a high lunge, you're welcome to come up into a high lunge. Alright, and if you want to warm up that left hip flexor, you can just kind of lower and lift it. Just listen to your body, modify however you need to. Good job, Esther. I knew you could do it. Alright, either hold it there and look at Gladys. She's got it too. Lift one hand up, stack those shoulders. If you don't want to lift the hand, you don't have to. Working those back muscles. We're going to move through this, flow through this movement. We're going to reach down to the mat and then reach back up again. And reach it down to the mat. Reach it back up. Do that a couple more times. One more time. All right, bring that hand back down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Now lift that left leg up, single leg dog, and then bend the knee, then flex the foot, open your left hip flexor. Remember, you can do this from your knee. If you need to bring that knee down to the mat, that's okay. Rotate that knee around in a circle. Rotate it the other way, another modification. Anytime our hands are on the floor, you can use a chair or the wall instead of the floor for your hands if you need to. Alright, extend that leg back up. As you inhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Exhale, lift that leg back up. Inhale, bring the knee towards your nose. Exhale, lift the leg back up. This time, swing that leg to the outside of the left foot, like we did on the other side. And just, if you want to, lift and lower that hip. If you need to modify, you can come down to the knee, or you can go up into a higher lunge if you need to. Always listen to your body, modify when you need to. All right, let's lift our other hand up now, stacking our shoulders, looking up toward that hand if you can. Trouble with that one?
That knee doesn't
Take a little break.
The knee doesn't want to go.
The knee doesn't want to go. All right, we're going to move through this. Bring that hand down, lift it back up. Bring that hand down, lift it back up. Let's do that a couple more times. Careful. Well, you're amazing. All right, let's step back to downward facing dog. Let's say it for the camera. How old are you, Gladys? How old are you, Gladys?
92 next
She's 92, y'all. That should inspire you. All right, walk walk your feet up to the front of the mat, or you can hop your feet to the front of the mat, whichever way you want to do it. Forward fold. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, reach towards the mat. Bend the knees, round the back up, lift those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring those arms back down to your sides. All right, let's step back with our right foot. Might be different on the screen, I don't know how it's recording, so whichever foot you want to step back with. Make sure you've got a nice wide stance on your mat, taking up a lot of room. Our arms are parallel with the floor. Wherever that bent knee is, that arm is, we're looking out over that hand. Pulling our core muscles in nice and tight, lifting the pelvic floor muscles, our imaginary strings pulling our head up toward the ceiling. As you inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale back down. Do that again, making sure our front knee doesn't go past our toe. One more time. Exhale back down. Hold it right there. Take that back arm, lower it to your leg or behind your back. Lift the other arm up. Take your gaze up. We're opening this side of the rib cage. Looking up toward that hand. With your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Now bring either your hand or your elbow to that thigh. Bring the other arm up and over the top. Engaging your core muscles. Looking up toward the ceiling. Nice and long from your foot up to your hand. You're welcome to stay right where you are, or if you want a challenge and you want to reach deeper, you can reach down toward the mat. If you want to take this top arm behind and try to bind the arms, you can do that. Just whatever you feel like. Trying to open that chest. All right, bring those hands down to the floor by this front leg, and let's turn into a side lunge. So you can take the side lunge as high or as low as you want to take it. All right, walk those hands back again. And we're going to come into a pyramid. So our legs are straight. We're folding our chest over that front leg. All right, bend that front knee. Come back to warrior one. Now let's take, my left knee is forward, my right arm is forward. Taking my left arm back, I'm going to look over my left shoulder. So whichever knee is forward, that's the shoulder you're looking over. Come back to your warrior one, and then come back to warrior two. Now straighten the front leg, hinging from the hips as you inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. One more time, hinge forward. Hold it there, come into your triangle. So this hand is reaching toward either your shin or your ankle. Try to stack our shoulders. We're going to look up toward that hand. You can either stay right here in triangle, or if you want, you can switch the hands, turning the chest to the opposite side, trying to lift the other hand up and stack the shoulders, opening our chest to the opposite side. Bring that hand to your thigh, cartwheel those arms back to warrior two. Now step forward, come into mountain pose, standing up tall, hold it right there. Got to get a sign. All right, step back with the other foot, come into that warrior one on your opposite side. So we have that wide stance. Our chest is turned toward that bent leg. Lift the arms up. Relax your shoulders down. All right, with your next exhale, come into warrior two. Engaging your core muscles. Our arms are parallel like airplane wings. Nice and strong. Drop the back arm down, lift the front arm up, take your gaze up. With your next exhale, come back to that warrior two. We're either going to take our hand or our elbow to that thigh, bring the other arm up and over, take your gaze up. You can stay right here if you want to, or if you want to go deeper, you can reach that hand down toward the mat, or if you want to line those arms, you can take this arm behind your back, this one underneath. Straighten that leg, turn your chest toward that leg, and we're going to do pyramid. Relaxing your chest toward that leg. Bend the knee, come back to warrior one, lift those arms up, take your gaze up. All right, so I have my right knee forward. I'm going to take my left arm forward, right arm back, look over the right shoulder. Come back to warrior one again. And then come into your warrior two. Let's straighten that front leg, hinging from the hips as you inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, hinge back. One more time, hinge forward. Hold it there. Come into triangle. Stack the shoulders if you can. Opening the chest. Looking up toward that hand. You can either stay in triangle or you can switch those hands. Lift the opposite hand up, turning your chest the other way. Looking up toward that hand if you can. All right, bring that hand down to the mat. Let's step back into downward facing dog. walk your feet up or hop your feet to the front of the mat to forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, reach toward the mat. Bend your knees, round your back up, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring those arms back down to your sides. And let's do some balance poses next, so you can stand on your mat or stand off your mat, whichever way you feel more comfortable with your balancing. Starting your mountain pose, you're standing up tall, head, shoulders, hips, ankles all lined up. Shoulders are back, relaxing down. All right, shift your weight over to, it's my left foot, whichever foot that is for you. Point the other toe back, lift the arms up, nice and tall. We're gonna just lift that back leg off the floor. Kind of an arabesque position, squeezing the glutes, keeping our abs tight. Listen to your body, just do your best. If you need a chair nearby or a wall to help with your balance, always be safe. If you need more of a challenge, you can go deeper. Trying to keep our fingers and our toes reaching the opposite directions from each other. All right, come back to your mountain pose. Make sure when you're doing your balance poses that you're not holding your breath. You want to continue to breathe. All right, shift your weight over to your other foot. Point that toe back, arms up, engaging your core muscles. Whenever you're ready, just see if you can lift that foot off the floor. Make sure you're breathing, engaging your abdominal muscles, lifting your pelvic floor muscles. And it's easier if your eyes are not looking all around the room. If you find a certain spot, a focal point, it's going to help with your balance a little bit. All right, come back to that mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. All right, let's try dancer. I don't think we did that last week. Take your weight over to that first leg we did. Lift the other foot up. You can either just hold that foot up and back, standing up tall, or you can reach back for your pant leg or for your foot. See if you can grab a hold of the foot or the heel. Or this one's a little more daring. Reach that hand up, engage your abdominal muscles. You're listening to your body. Y'all are awesome. All right, you can stay there. If you want a challenge, you can go deeper into your dancer pose. As you go deeper, think about pushing that foot into your hand if you're doing the challenge. And then come back to your mountain pose. I came back a little bit abruptly. Relaxing those shoulders when you're in mountain pose. That's a recovery position. All right, switch your weight over to the other foot. Bend your opposite foot. However you want to try this side, you just bend the knee if you want to, or you can reach back for your pant leg or for your foot. Remember to breathe. Done with your dancer, come back to your mountain pose. Now just roll the shoulders back, relaxing your shoulders. All right, let's take it down on the mat now. Go ahead and sit down on your mat. And I lean back like you're just relaxed. Take your feet out wide, maybe wider than your mat if you want, because we're just gonna do some movement, taking our knees back and forth. This is for hip mobility, so we're starting small. And then as you feel a little braver, you can go a little farther and reach across. And you can go slow, you can go at your own speed, do the same thing on each side. Just relax those knees down each time, if you can. This feels really good on my lower back. I like this movement. It needs this. All right, come back to center when you're ready. And let's just take one knee to the center and press it down. Keep the other knee up. And switch, take this knee to the center. It may feel different on one side than it does on the other because we're not exactly the same on each side of our body. And the experiences on each side of the body aren't the same. We've lived life. All right, now bring the soles of your feet together. And depending on the flexibility of your hips and your inner thighs, groin area, maybe this position and butterfly is super easy for you, like Raquel, who's amazing in her butterflies. I think she's online with us today. Just gently flap your butterfly wings. We're just going for a little flight through the flowers. Looking for a flower petal we want to land on. Is that what butterflies do? I don't know, I'm just guessing. I know bees do that. All right, and just relax however you want to relax into your butterfly position. If you feel tightness right here when you lean forward, just kind of move around a little bit. Try to loosen that area up. You can kind of round and arch, kind of like we do in cat and cow. And then just however you want to relax into that butterfly. If your legs come down like Raquel's do and lay on the floor, just if you want to fold forward, smell your toes. However you feel like doing your butterfly. You can maybe some people push down with their hands or their elbows to bring their knees down a little lower. Whatever you're doing, remember we're going to relax the muscles in our face, relax our shoulders, which will help you to go deeper into your stretches. All right, just go ahead and slide your feet forward a little bit so that your legs are making more of a diamond shape. And let's kind of wiggle again. Wiggle the legs gently. If you can sit up taller, let's see if we can rotate through the middle. Any areas that still feel a little bit tight, we're just kind of going to move those a little bit. We want to sit up as tall as we can with good posture. How about we reach one hand back and then the other hand back. Reach. Lift one arm up and the other arm. Just getting enough movement through the middle to help us be able to move freely the rest of the day. All right, now just reach toward those feet. Give yourself a little foot massage. You can massage the balls of your feet or the toes if your toes are cold. You can warm those toes up. Get the blood moving down toward your toes again. Maybe massage the arch of your foot if it feels like it needs it. And then when you're ready, you can relax your head down toward your feet. Our body is in the shape of a turtle, so this is called turtle. You can reach those hands underneath if you want to help bring your head down toward your feet. And make sure you're listening to your body. Modifying or moving a little bit more to relax your body into that stretch. As you inhale, lift that head back up, sit back up tall, and let's slide our legs out into a straddle position. Go ahead and wiggle your feet around. Another area where we can get lose some mobility is in those ankles. So we're gonna exaggerate as we move our feet around in a circular movement. So your full range of motion. All right, if you want, you can use your hands to kind of slide your hips forward so you're a little farther into your straddle. And then take those hands, just slowly walk the hands out. If your back feels the same way and you want to go out a few times, kind of like Nemo and his dad going into and then out again. And just when you're ready, relax down into that straddle stretch. Hopefully everybody watched Finding Nemo, so you've got that visual. Each exhale, just relaxing your body a little deeper into the stretch. Feel those inner thigh muscles. Maybe you feel this in your hamstrings. All right, walk the hands back in. Let's bring our right arm up and over, stretching that right side, just relaxing our left side down toward our left leg. Inhale back up. As you exhale, go back into that side again. Inhale back up. One more time. Exhale, go back down. Left side down, right arm up. Now with your next exhale, just slowly turn your chest toward that left leg. And go ahead and relax your chest towards your left leg. You can reach the hands out toward your foot if you want to. Once again, listening to your body. If you need to come up and gently go back down, just maybe moving through your stretches. All right, as you inhale, come back up into that nice tall position. And let's just kind of rotate again. All right, bring the left arm up this time and just relax your right side down toward that leg. As you inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back down again. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down and just relax into that side stretch. With your next exhale, slowly turn your chest toward that right leg. Relax into that stretch. Listen to your body. Move around a little bit if you need to. Come out of the stretch and come back down if you need to. With your inhale, come back up. Those legs straight out in front in a pike position. Then let's move our feet again, pointing and flexing. Should be a little more flexible than the first time we rotated our ankles today. As you flex your feet, see if you're able to point your toes back towards your face and lift your heels up just a little bit. And then as you point, try to point your toes the opposite direction of your face. All right, rotate the ankles around, big circles, full range of motion, whatever that means for you. Go the opposite way. Point one, flex the other, and switch, and switch, and switch. And flex both, sit up tall, roll the shoulders back, kind of move forward and back like you're in a boat and you're rowing your boat. Each time you row your boat, your chest is coming a little closer to your legs. Pull those shoulder blades all the way back each time. Lift the arms up now. Reach forward, reach back, open the chest. With your breathing. All right, sit up tall and then reach forward. Holding your chest over those legs. If you need to come up and down a few more times to get that back to relax into your stretch, you can. If you want a challenge, you can see if you can grab a hold of the toes and gently pull back on the toes as you relax your chest towards your legs. Remember to keep breathing. With each exhale, relax your body a little deeper into your stretch. As you inhale, sit back up. Let's take our right leg, bend the right knee, pull it in toward your chest. Just take that knee out and in. Moving that knee around a little bit, sitting up tall. Trying to have good posture, practicing good posture. All right, let's take that foot, either leave it there if you want or take it across your other leg. We're gonna pull that knee in as close to our chest as we can. We want to avoid doing this, okay? We wanna sit up tall. Try your hardest to have a straight line from head to tailbone. Go ahead and grab a hold of that knee with your left arm. Place your right hand either right here at your side or right here. Look over that shoulder. I apologize if I'm saying the wrong hand for the recorded version of this. Hopefully you can figure out which hand to use. Keep that knee where it is, this foot right here. If you can do it, pull it in here by your bottom and then kind of rock back and forth in that position a little bit. If you want to keep the legs straight, remember you're listening to your body and that's what you're going to do. All right, if you got the same knee again, we're going to look over the same shoulder. So same exact stretch if you were not bending the knee, pulling that foot in towards your bottom. All right, turn back to the front. Uncross your legs. Shake your legs out a little bit. Pull the other knee in, and we're going to do the same thing. Take that knee out and in. Sit up tall. We're practicing good posture, using our core muscles. All right, either keep that foot right here or take it across the other leg. Adjust your back so that you're not sitting up tall. There's that word again. Grab that knee with your opposite arm and look over the other shoulder this time. We're trying to look all the way over our shoulder like we're looking in the back seat of our car. Now we're going thing. This leg, if you want to do it, if you want to bend that leg, pull that foot in towards your bottom, and then let's try to rock a little bit, get a little deeper into the pretzel of our legs. And we're gonna look over the same shoulder again. Look over that shoulder like you're looking in your back seat. All right, turn back to the front. And we're gonna do a pigeon. I know we're running short on time, but we're gonna lean our chest over that bent leg. This leg, if you want to bend it, you can, or you can take it back here. So however you want to modify your pigeon, we're just going to relax our chest down over that leg. This foot is right here by the opposite hip bone. You can relax your head onto your fist or palm on top of palm. Or if you feel really relaxed and you want to go deeper, you can reach those hands forward, or you can reach the arms out to the side. All right, go ahead and press your chest back up. Let's switch our legs around. So this leg, the opposite leg is bent. You can fold your chest over that opposite leg if you want to. This leg could be bent out to the side, or if you want to take it back here, just depending on your flexibility or listening to your body, go ahead and relax your chest down wherever you feel comfortable on this side. All right, press your chest back up. Go ahead and swing those legs around to the front. We're back in our pike position. Sit up tall. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, use your abdominal muscles and just slowly lower yourself down. Very controlled movement. Go about halfway and stop. We're going to engage our abdominal muscles. All right, relax it the rest of the way down. Slowly walk your feet in. And then lift those feet up for happy baby. You can grab a hold of your toes or your whole top of your foot and maybe give yourself a good stretch in the arch of your foot. Or if you can't grab that, grab here, ankle, wherever. We're trying to bring those knees down toward our armpits or to the sides of our rib cage. You're going to feel this stretch in your adductors, groin area. This is a good one for getting better at doing squats, for squatting down, which at some point you may need to squat low. Maybe for gardening. Maybe something else. Maybe you spilled something and broke something on the floor. There's all kinds of reasons that you need to squat at some point. You can rock back and forth in that squat if you are in that happy baby if you want to. Maybe straighten one leg and then the other one. And just alternating. Like, seen babies do this? I have. All right, take them out and just straddle. down flat on the floor. Walk them in as close to your bottom as you can. Keep the feet flat. Lift your bottom off the floor. Make your bridge. Press your hips up as high as you want. You can tuck your shoulders underneath. You can walk your feet in, grab a hold of the ankles, or clasp the hands. If you know how and you want to do a full bridge, I always like to do one so I don't forget how. Palms are going to be down. Fingers are pointing towards your shoulders, above your shoulders. Oh my goodness, I saw that. Good job, you two. They're brave, they're trying. Good job. All right, lower those hips back down. Always trying new things. Let's roll back and forth. All right, roll it in a little circle. Massaging that lower back. And let's circle it the opposite way. All right, just drop your feet down gently to the floor. Take your arms out to the side, palms up. Relax your hands. We're just going to give ourselves permission to take a little bit of time to relax and recover. You can drop your knees together. You can maybe just windshield wiper your knees again and relax those lower back muscles again. That feels really good in that lumbar area of our back. You can just rest like that or slide the legs out straight. Take up as much room as you want. So no pressure right now. Keeping our brains just from thinking about anxieties or worries or the rest of the day. We're just going to give ourselves permission just to relax. You earned it. You worked out hard. You stretched. You balanced. Roll onto your side in the fetal position and just relax just a little bit longer. Continue to close the eyes if you want to. Before you get up, open your eyes first, and I want you to think about 5 good things you have to be thankful for. Not the stressful anxiety things, 5 good things. If you're having trouble thinking of good things because you've been thinking about anxious thoughts, I'll give you examples. Food to eat. I'll say them in a different order this time. You're not in a jail cell. You're not in a hospital room. You're able to get up and walk. Let's see, what else? You're not sick right now, hopefully. You have eyesight. You can hear. What's another one? You have taste buds. You can taste your food. That's a good thing. If you have food to eat, that's a good thing. You have a bed to sleep in. That's a wonderful thing to be thankful for. People that love you, people that you love. Pets. Pets don't do anything wrong, do they? Not usually. No, sometimes they do. All right, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make sure the blood's flowing to your fingers and your toes. Use one hand to press yourself up from your side. Remember to laugh at yourself. Laughing is good for you. Smiling is good for you. Singing, even if you can't sing on key. Roll those shoulders back. Smile at somebody today. It not only helps them, it helps their immune system to see you smiling, it helps your immune system. Think on things that are Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, think on these things. All right, let's take some deep breaths in. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, bring your arms back down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, down. One more time, deep breath. Bring your palms together. Wipe them together. We're going to wash away all the negativity and the anxieties and leave them all in God's hands. And then think about the good things that we have to be thankful for. And y'all have a wonderful, lovely day. Love y'all. Thanks for joining me, everyone online, and whoever watches this recording.
Thank you so much.
You're
We'll see
welcome.
you later.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
You
Bye.
too. Wonderful day.
Bye.